I want to share some thoughts about gratitude and the excitement of being in the vibration of the thing you want to manifest. I'm Deborah. I share about my thoughts, reflections, and learnings about spirituality, personal growth, and what that looks like in midlife because it's different in midlife. It really is. I woke up at 3:45 this morning, way before my alarm. And I woke up feeling really grateful because I have an opportunity to pursue a job opportunity that I really am excited about, that I think I'd be amazing at. Something I've never done before, but it's really exciting. I love learning. So it's exciting to pursue things that you haven't pursued before, to learn things you never learned before. So I appreciate that. And I had been working on my retooling and refining my resume all weekend, and I wanted to submit the application last night, but I didn't because I was kind of tired. My eyes were tired, my brain was tired, and I was like, I want to look it over with fresh eyes before I submit. So I told myself I'm going to wake up at like 5:30 and look it over and then submit. But I woke up at 3:45. I could not go back to sleep. I was so excited. Felt like a kid before Christmas. I was so excited, just at the prospect. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if this job is for me or not, but I'm following my excitement, my passion, and I am just trusting that whatever is for me is going to be for me. So I woke up. Well, I laid in bed for about an hour. Then I got up and I was like, I just need to go ahead and review this application and submit it. So that's what I did. I don't know. I'm just so happy. And I wanted to really share that because, man, some days are hard. Sometimes life just really challenges us and takes a lot out of us. And so whenever I have a fantastic day, like this day has already started fantastic, then I feel compelled to just to share that, to witness it, and to testify. I was telling a couple people this weekend that I really believe in the power of testimony. You know, I grew up in a Pentecostal church, and we had a good amount of the service was dedicated to testimony. You know, if you don't know what testimony is, like, we would basically go around the congregation and people could stand up and say what God has done for them and to testify, to affirm their blessings. And I think that in a world where we are constantly pursuing things, pursuing goals, there's always a next thing to do and achieve. Sometimes we don't take time to pause and acknowledge the value of testimony, the value of witnessing and affirming the blessings that we already have. I feel like it's so important. It's so important to testify. And sometimes, you know, it's wonderful if you have somebody to share it with. That's, I think, especially powerful. But sometimes you don't have anybody to share it with, or nobody that really wants to hear it. And so in those situations, sometimes you just have to witness it for yourself and acknowledge it. When possible, I like to do a little journal entry about it. Many times I ask for signs and messages and signals from the universe, from my spirit guides. And when I get them, I first of all thank them out loud. I'm like, you know, thank you, God, spirits, universe, for providing me with this sign, with this message, with this synchronicity. Then I also like to, as much as possible, journal about it, like, you know, put it in writing, really affirm, and concretize it, like make it solid, you know. And I really believe that testifying and witnessing the blessings that you experience, whether that blessing is a message or a wonderful good fortune that comes into your life, it's so important. Number one, because we can get so caught up in what we don't have that we don't notice our blessings. We don't notice the wonderful little things and big things that happen for us. But also, I think that it's important to testify and affirm these things because it welcomes more blessings. It welcomes more blessings. I truly believe that, your communication with your spirit guides, with God and the universe um, is like a pathway, it's a pathway for communication. And the more that we affirm and recognize the signs, the signals, the synchronicities, and the blessings, the more that broadens and deepens that pathway and makes space for even more blessings to come forward. So I really try to make a practice of doing that. So I'm doing that right now. One of the blessings I have experienced recently is that I have been interested in this position, and like since last year, I connected with the woman who does the hiring, and I really feel like I'd be amazing at this position. And I followed up with her like, oh my gosh, 9 months later, probably 9 months later. And then she was like, I think we're going to be posting the position soon. And then I followed up with her again 2 months later. And to the day, the day I followed up with her was the day that the position got posted. And I just have to recognize that, because many times I would think I should follow up with her. It's been too long. I should follow up with her. But then something would stop me. And this happened every time. And I was just listening to my intuition about when is the right time to reach out. And every time I would reach out, and it's only been like 3 times now in terms of follow up, but every time I would reach out, she'd be like, your timing is perfect. So the last time I followed up with her on Friday about the position actually being posted, she was like, perfect timing. I'm posting it right now. She sent the link to me immediately. I'm pretty sure I was the first person to get the job listing. And I don't know if it's going to happen for me, but I would love it to. I do feel it in my bones that this job is for me, but I always leave space for the universe to guide me to what is really right for me, because I don't know. I don't have that grander perspective. I know what I want. I know what resonates with me. I know what excites me, but ultimately it's there's bigger powers at play, more knowledgeable players in the game that I gratefully and willingly accept the guidance from. So I just wanted to share that. Like, I just needed to testify. So yeah, I spent the weekend working on my resume, got it out this morning, and just feel really great about it. But like in a way, oh my gosh, this is what's different this time. This time in my life, I've been in the past year a place of desperation about my work situation, where I've been wanting to manifest a new work situation, but I've been feeling desperate about it. And you hear people say that you can't really manifest something when you're in that kind of desperation. Is low vibration energy, and it's definitely rooted in fear. And I was really feeling all of that. Like, I need to get another job. I need to, everything depends on it. I consciously worked with that energy and worked to reframe that, work with that part of myself that was in fear. It was still an underlying issue, not as prominent or intense as it had been in the past, but it was still showing up. And it was still an underlying issue. And I definitely didn't feel like I was vibrating at the level of energy of what I wanted to manifest. There were times when I did, and I would meditate on it and everything, but as a whole, I didn't really feel like I was vibrating at that level. But now I do. And what's crazy is you don't realize that you're not until you do. Like I thought I was there. Like I said, I would have moments like that. But now that I'm like living in this space, in this energy, I'm really feeling the difference. And it's amazing. Like that's why I say I would love for this job to work out. It excites me so much, and I get to use my people skills and my analytical brain and the fact that I love learning new things and working with people. So I pray that it does work out. But if for some reason it doesn't, that's okay too, because I know something great is happening for me. So I just wanted to encourage you today, like wherever you are, listen to your intuition, pay attention to the synchronicities, the messages, and give thanks for the blessings. Acknowledge when things align, when things go right, when you get a message to do a certain thing at a certain time and it works out right. Like, acknowledge that, man, because that's just going to open up the pathway for you to receive even more information and more blessings. So that's what I had to share today on my commute to the job that I'm grateful to have. Grateful today for my health, my mind, for waking up with such positive mood and excitement. So yeah, and if this video resonates with you, please like, subscribe, and share. And I would like to hear from you. What are some recent signs, synchronicities, messages, or intuitions that you've received that you feel like have led you down a positive path? It's so encouraging when we get to hear these stories from each other, because it supports us to pay attention and to be open to them, because you really have to be open to them for them to happen. But that's all I got for today. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.